I'm Siri Trondara. I was born in Karat, Thailand and moved to the States with my family at age 5. When I was 9 years old, my parents opened up their first of many successful Thai restaurants. Asian cuisine is my comfort food, and I hope to make it yours too. Hi, this is Asian Yum Yum, and I'm Siri Trondara. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make teriyaki beef sliders and Asian slaw. And I'm going to be using the most amazing, organic, yummy ingredients from the Honey Tree, one of the oldest health food stores in Miami. This place has been around for 18 years, and it's owner operated, and I just love supporting small business. Yay! Let's go in. This is amazing. Look at all of these organic, fresh, good for you ingredients. I cannot wait to get some organic raw honey for my slaw. Look at how amazing this looks. It's thick, you can tell it's sweet, yummy. I cannot wait to tear this up. What else do we have here? I need to get some virgin, extra virgin coconut oil. Let's see. Yummy. Look how good that looks. This is good for you. This is one of those good for you fats. Yum yum! Hello! We're in the kitchen today and we're going to make some yummy stuff. First, we're going to be making some teriyaki ginger sliders with brie and quail egg on top. And then we're going to be making an Asian no mayo slaw that everyone is going to love. Let's get started! Sliders, little burgers, who doesn't love them? Our version is going to be a little bit of a teriyaki kind of a flavor. So first we get about a pound of beef. And again, it depends on who you're having over, how many you're gonna have. This is a great weeknight dish because it says, I'm ready to party, but I can stay in. Now we put our meat in a bowl. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna take some ginger and we're gonna take garlic, which is an amazing combination. It's a pair made in heaven. So with our garlic, we're just going to chop it up. Very rustic. And I just love garlic. I possibly put it in everything. It is so good. Okay. We're gonna put it in our beef. Next, we're gonna take a little bit of ginger, peel and grate it. And you don't want too much ginger because ginger is a very strong flavor and you don't want it to overpower your burger. So we have about a teaspoon of ginger. Okay, and add that. We have about 2 cloves of garlic in there and about a teaspoon of ginger. Next, we're going to add just a little bit of salt and pepper. Always use cracked black pepper when you can because you never want black pepper that's been cracked a year ago, 6 months ago. Always use fresh cracked pepper. Okay. A little bit of salt. I love sea salt. It's my favorite. Next, we're going to add just a touch of soy sauce. You don't want to put too much soy sauce because what happens is that then they get too soggy and it's hard to form your burger. So we added a little bit of soy sauce. Next, we're going to be adding, don't be alarmed, we're going to add a little sugar. And the reason why we're adding a little sugar because it helps balance out everything and it brings everything together. So that's about a tablespoon of sugar right there. I'm using raw brown sugar, and because we love our friends and family, we need to get into our food, and that's why I'm putting some gloves on. And there's just something very soothing about getting in your food, getting your hands in your food. Just love it. You always want to try to use organic grass-fed beef when you can because it just tastes better and it's just better for the environment and it's just all around goodness. Also, another thing you want to remember when you're using ground beef is you always want to use at least an 80-20 mixture. Now, what does that mean? That means 80% meat with 20% fat. Now, I hate to be the one to tell you, but fat carries flavor and fat is something good when you want it in your burgers. When you're making sliders, you don't want to go too small even though they are a mini burger because when you're cooking them, they are going to shrink a little bit. So you want to get just one handful And don't massage it too much, because what's gonna happen is that you just get all crazy in your meat, and you want it tender, so you don't wanna massage it too much. So you might wanna make a nice round ball, and then just press it a little bit, and then put a little thumbprint in the middle. Go. Nice round ball. And you can add an Asian twist to just about anything. It's all about flavors. Now we're ready to start cooking these burgers. Now my pan's already hot. I'm gonna add just a little bit of butter. I can't wait to eat these burgers. It's going to be amazing. We're just gonna use just a slice of butter. Okay. Now we're ready to add our burgers. Now you don't want to put them too close together, because what's gonna happen is that they're gonna steam, and you don't want that. You want a nice browning of your burgers. Put them about a couple inches apart. These are just smelling so good. Who doesn't love sliders, right? You want a medium-high heat to your skillet, because you don't want to overcook your burgers. This is a really nice summertime meal. And I actually recently cooked this at a fight night we had at my house, and everybody went bananas over it. I know your family and friends are gonna go nuts over this too. You wanna just keep flipping your burgers so that they cook evenly on both sides. This is smelling so good. I'm not smashing my burgers down, if you notice, because the reason why is you don't want to squeeze all of the juiciness out of the burgers, and that's what happens sometimes. We're in a rush to get this done. You know what? You don't want to rush perfection. Now our burgers are almost done. Look at this browning. I could just high five myself. So they're about medium well right now. So we're gonna start plating them. I cannot wait to dig into these. This is one of my favorite dishes to make. Next, we're gonna be cutting up the brie and putting it on the burgers while they're still hot, before we cook the quail egg. Now, just take a little bit of brie, put it on each burger like so. And I wanted to show you how you could turn something so simple, like a burger, into something so gourmet and delicious by adding just a few little twists. Now we're gonna get started on our quail egg. I got my pan heating up. I'm gonna add a little bit of butter. Look at these quail eggs. How cute are these? I chose to use these because in South America, they're considered an aphrodisiac, which means it's Viagra in a shell. Guys, don't say I never did nothing for you. Now, quail eggs taste a little bit like chicken eggs, and the shell is a little harder. And look how cute these are. Oh, these are so cute. They have a very vibrant color, and you don't want to flip them. You kind of want to just keep them a little sunny, so it preserves that beautiful yellow yolk. Look how beautiful that looks. Okay, I'm going to cook just a few more. Quail eggs have become so popular, you can now find them at most major supermarkets, right next to the normal eggs. But if you can't find quail eggs, you could use normal hen eggs in this recipe. Look how beautiful these eggs look. The yellow with the white. You know why I'm using egg? Because it just brings it all together. It's like this complicated but yet sophisticated flavor in your mouth. It is so good. Wait till you try these. My mom taught me how to cook, but she never wrote down one single recipe. Why? Because she wanted to teach me confidence. And you know what? My message to you is trust yourself. Trust your gut, because that's what you're going to be feeding. Be creative. Don't give up. Now we're getting ready to start on our Napa cabbage slaw. This is an amazing slaw. Why? Because it has no mayo, super vegetarian friendly, and low cal. You're going to love this. Okay, now what we have here is Napa cabbage, which looks like a little bit like romaine. Why I love this cabbage is that it has so many textures to it. It's got the crunchy, which is this part here, and then the leaves, which is a little soft and feathery. So what you're gonna do is just take the whole thing, we've already rinsed it, and then just start cutting it into thin little pieces. Now, Napa cabbage is popular in Korea because they make kimchi out of it. And there was once a Napa cabbage shortage, and the Koreans just about went into a riot because they love their kimchi. Napa cabbage you can make into a salad or you could pickle it. It is so good and so versatile. You could even cook it down into a stir fry. It's so good. You know, and when I feel like having something a little fried, like fried chicken, this is also a nice accompaniment because, you know, you're already kind of being a little simple with the fried chicken. So it's nice just to have something a little light and an alternative to the normal slaw. This is a low-cal alternative to coleslaw, which you will not miss the mayo at all. Trust me, it has so much flavor, you're gonna love this. Okay. For me, the best part is the crunchy part. When you get down more into the root of it, it is just so good and crunchy. And again, don't worry so much about the width and how thick it should be. You could cut some pieces small. Now what we're gonna add is just a little color. We're gonna cut our bell pepper into thin slices. All right. Now, just like in any cooking, presentation and appearance matters so much. But, you know, in Asian style cooking, we also like to add things that complement the flavor profile. So fresh sliced bell peppers, just add a little color and just a touch of flavor to your dish. It's so good. Now I've added half of a bell pepper. Next, I'm gonna add just a little bit of cilantro. I love cilantro. I just add it to almost everything I cook. So good. We got our, I don't know, tablespoon of cilantro. And then we're gonna add just a little bit of green onions, AKA scallions. And we're just gonna chop off the ends. Okay. And again, little thin slices. And not too much, just about maybe 2 tablespoons. You could break them up in your hand before you put them in. We're going to thinly slice some fresh chili. You could use any kind of fresh chili, jalapeno, red chili pepper. I wouldn't advise against using Scotch bonnet. They're very hot spice. I'm using here regular green chili. Now we're ready to make our vinaigrette. First, we're gonna use about a half cup of safflower oil. Okay. Then we're gonna add just about another equal amount of apple cider vinegar. Next, we're gonna add just a little bit of salt and pepper. And like I always tell everyone, always make sure it's fresh ground black pepper. Just adds a little bit of love to your dish. A little bit of salt. Next, my secret weapon, raw honey. The reason why I'm using it in this dish is because it takes a little bit of that acidity away from this salad. And I'm gonna use about a tablespoon and just add it to the salad. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually use rubber gloves to just mix all of these flavors together. I truly feel that rubber gloves are an underestimated kitchen gadget. Why? because you can put them on, it keeps everything clean, it keeps everything sanitary, you don't get your hands and manicure all crazy, and you know what, it just makes all of these ingredients just marry into each other, and it just makes one big happy salad. Now I'm just massaging my Napa cabbage, making sure all of these flavors blend into each other. Look how beautiful this is coming out. Let's give this a try. It's so good. The hot pepper just gives it a little bit of zing, but not too much. And the vinegar really pops out on that raw honey. It just balances everything out. This is perfection in a salad, folks. You're gonna love it. What we have here is our soy ginger teriyaki sliders with melted brie and quail egg on top. And remember what they say about quail eggs, Viagra in a shell. And then we have our slaw, which is a no mayo, low cal, vegetarian friendly dish. You are going to love this. Family is like a salad. You have your lettuce, you have your tomato, you have your onion, you have your croutons, and then you have your dressing. And it may be all mixed up, but it's still good for you. Now that we've made our teriyaki beef sliders and our Asian slaw, it's time for a beer. And we're gonna jazz things up with a Mekong beer cocktail. Because beer and sliders, duh. I'm here with my buddy Kristen.
Hey guys.
And we can't wait to get started on this cocktail. Ready?
I'm ready to go.
Okay, so first we're gonna get started with some ice, Kristen.
You got it.
Be the ice master.
I'm the ice queen. Okay.
Literally.
Literally.
Get our glasses in over here.
Here you are. Is that enough ice for us here?
Less ice, more beer.
Okay, you got it.
Next we're gonna add a little bit of lemongrass simple syrup. Now what is simple syrup? Simple syrup is a bartender's best friend. It just adds a little bit of sweetness and you don't have to wait for some sugar granules to melt. Simple syrup is basically 2 to 1. So if you're gonna add 2 cups of sugar, you wanna add 1 cup of water. Okay. Melt that down in a little pot. But what I've done is I've added lemongrass simple syrup.
Never tried that, okay.
It's very nice. Lemongrass, I cut it up and I put it into my simple syrup, and what that does is just adds a little bit of this like earthy, lemony flavor to my simple syrup.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna add just a little bit of simple syrup to both glasses.
Okay, sure. Like about a teaspoon, you'd say? Okay, you got it. Coming at you. 1.
Let it rip, Kristen. Let it go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Good to go?
Good to go.
All right.
Just a little bit, just for a little sweetness. Then we're gonna add a little bit of lime flavored vodka.
Okay.
And I say about 1 ounce. We don't want to go too crazy with the vodka.
Okay, you got it.
Because you want to get the taste of the beer.
Absolutely.
Okay. Beautiful.
1.
And you could use straight vodka, but you know, if you want to just jazz things up a bit, I like to use a little bit of lime flavored vodka.
Okay.
Okay. Then we're gonna add a little bit of beer. Now you want to use a lager since it's nice and smooth. I tried this once with an ale and it was a little too much. Now we're gonna add a lime wedge. Put these over to the side. And we're gonna get a lime wedge and cut it up, cut off the ends, just so it's a little bit more presentable.
Beautiful.
We're gonna squeeze it and throw it in.
Oh my eye.
Come on. Okay. Then we're gonna use a little thyme garnish. This is super easy to make and it's light and refreshing. It's almost like a Diet Coke.
Oh boy.
Here you go. Ready?
I'm ready to go. Looks
Cheers.
delicious, Siri. Thank you.
Isn't that refreshing?
Wow.
Goes great with anything. Just delicious.